live, that means I'm currently streaming to all the usual places, including my own personal Facebook, which I'm now going to make personal and then share over to Englishman SDCC. So bear with me while I just very quickly do that. Hello there, everybody. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. If you are somebody that subscribes to Facebook, so subscribes to YouTube and also to Twitch and whatever, and also to our Periscope and Instagram, you'll know that this is now live, and thank you so much indeed for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I know I'm running a little bit late. It's what, 26 minutes past 6 here in the UK. I said I'd do this around the top of the hour, and I also said that I'd be doing this yesterday, but I'm now going to explain what the heck is going on. Basically, we have had ourselves a bit of a kerfuffle when it comes to the stream that should have happened on Sunday. Basically, we were going to be having Katrina Fox from Comic Sketch Art, which I really wanted to speak to. Really looking forward to that interview because I thought it would be one of the more interesting news that we'll be having on the Hangouts for this season. However, or for before Christmas. As it happens, we had a little bit of a technical issue here in the house. Basically, I had a leak, or we had a leak in the house due to a pipe and a washer that decided to break, which meant our bathroom got a little bit wet, soaked into the middle room. And yes, it means that we are going to be needing to do plastering, and these things happen. It was a little bit life interrupting, and for that, all we can say is sorry about that. I'd like to apologize as well to Katrina. We tried to get things organized. We tried to get her back onto the show. As it happens, as of today, she's flying off to a show. He says getting his phone out of his pocket because she did actually tell us where she was headed. She's going to be basically being the agent or person on hand for Greg Capullo and Donny Cates. Kills a weekend, doesn't it? So yeah, that's the way it is for that, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately, the last episode is basically we're going to have to scratch and come back to. Katrina is saying that she wants to come on the show, but it's just now a case of finding an appropriate time for her to come on, and when she's not so busy. So fingers crossed, I'm going to try and get that happening relatively soon, but for now it's just a case of, yeah, we are kind of stuck. So that's that. We do have ourselves some great guests coming up, however, on the Hangout. We do have ourselves this Sunday, we've got Damien Wassell from Vault Comics. Vault is a publisher, the trajectory of which is just going through the roof. It's very, very impressive to watch and see exactly how well Vault are doing. The people they've got involved and the everything that they've got going on in terms of the talent pool involved, it's impressive to see. So we're going to be talking to Damien about how conventions have played into that. Going to be books. We're going to get into all sorts of stuff and nonsense. That's going to be Damien at Wassell, and that's going to be this Sunday. But as well as that, we're also going to be talking to Red Dot Diva, who's going to be talking about Singapore Convention Con. She's been on the show before. She's always a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be a fun show. That's this Sunday. Of course, do jump in on that particular show, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. We will be talking to at least one, if not both, of Damien Wassell from Vault Comics and Red Dot Diva. Dan Berry is at Designer Con. I don't know if we'll be able to do a live stream from him because he's going to be a bit busy. And we did try this last time, but it got a little bit patchy in places purely because of the reception in the convention center. It gets a bit awkward. Who knows? We'll see what we can do, and we'll try We'll try and get him on board, but it's unlikely. We will be bringing some updates, however, from Designer Con, considering that he informed me today that one of my favorite all-time artists, Drew Struzan, is going to be there and he's going to be signing. So I'm jealous as hell. If you are going to Designer Con, have yourself a fantastic time. So that is this Sunday. Looking forward to that. That is Sunday the 24th. On the 1st of December, we're going to be talking to Christine Valada. Valada, yeah. Christine is somebody who has had a long career in comics, and is also known as well as the wife of a legend when it comes to comics. And we're going to be talking to her about her history, and we're also going to be talking about her time with Len Wein. So we're not going to dwell too much on that. We're going to be talking about, moving forward in her history, her favorite memories of comic conventions, and how she has seen the convention scene grow and develop and evolve over the course of the years. So that's going to be an interesting show. Looking forward to that. Following that, on the 8th of December, it's going to be a bit of a packed one, as we're going to be talking to Jim Fry, the con guy. You may have seen his stuff online. Jim is basically doing what I want to do, which is is very much talking about Comic Cons on a very kind of broadcast level. He is a very engaging guy and he knows his stuff. So it's going to be cool to talk to him about what he sees comic conventions and the way that they are in the state that they're in at the moment. So, and moving forward. So looking forward to talking to Jim Fry. That's going to be on the 8th of December. And we're also going to be bringing you that show direct from Wales Comic Con. This is going to be taking place in Telford. It's a new location, North Wales. It's actually not technically in Wales. It's just over the border. So obviously there's a little bit of concern and grief over that. But the thing about this is, instead of it being held in a sports hall or in a location where they're trying to squeeze, it's a little bit like Thought Bubble this past the weekend just gone, or weekend before. Instead of it being a show which is trying to squeeze itself into a certain location, now it's a case of it being in a custom built convention center. That's where Wales Comic Con has moved to, and on the Sunday I'm going to be there and I'll bring my thoughts on the show while I'm there on the Sunday, as well as talking to Jim Fry. So that's going to be rather cool. No show on the 15th of December, unfortunately, because I work as a DJ and it's coming up to Christmas and I have a Christmas booking in, unfortunately. So I can't make that one. However, on the 22nd of December, we are back. The show we will have before Christmas. Not only am I going to be doing a Christmas for Nerds show, so it's all the some bits and pieces that I've seen out and about, those stocking fillers that you can find online, and just generally how we can celebrate our own particular fandoms as we get over Christmas period. But also, we're going to be talking to... this is where my mind escapes me for a second. I did have it in on the spreadsheet, and just had a complete mind fight because I'm currently trying to cook as well. So there, Billy Tukey, of course. What am I on about? Billy is currently running a Kickstarter for his latest chapter in the She saga. Billy is a great guy. I've spoken to him and held a panel for him at MCM in London. He's a fascinating person to talk to. We can do a whole conversation for 45 minutes, an hour, and the rest. He really is just a fascinating guy to talk to. So that's Billy Tukey, who's going to be joining us on the show. That is on the 22nd of December. And then on the 29th, it's just our kind of end of year blowout. We're just going to do a bit of a show on the 29th just to wrap up the year, say thanks to everyone for joining us and have a little bit of a pre-New Year's Eve party. So that's what we're going to be planning for that. Looking to fill the dates between January and July, obviously. If you know of anybody that you would love to see come on the show, drop us a line on the social media, drop us a line on the comments, and yeah, let us know if there's anyone that you would like to see come on the Hangout. I think there's plenty of people that we would love to get on to talk about comic conventions, about what they've got planned, what they're doing when it comes to conventions, how they see their business being applied to comic conventions. We've got lots of, I mean, we've got plenty of people we can talk to. I'm sure that you can suggest some names as well. Jump on the chat box and please do let us know if there's anyone that you would like us to talk to. So that is going to be for the new year. But we got, for those next couple of weeks then, 24th of November, Damien Wassel from Vault Comics, and also Red Dot Diva talking Singapore Comic Con. 1st of December is Christine Velada. 8th of December is going to be Jim Fry, the con guy, and also our live report from Wales Comic Con. No show on the 15th of December. 22nd of December is going to be with Billy Tukey, and on the 29th of December, it's our New Year's Eve blowout. So I will probably not have a cup of tea. I may have a glass of bubbly to hand. So we'll see what happens. So that's going to be rather cool. Just want to say once again, thank you very much indeed to everybody's support. It really means a lot that you missed the show. I've had a number of people commenting and saying, we missed the show on Sunday. Where were you? And I appreciate the kind words, and thank you very much indeed for everyone for jumping on and sort of like commenting and saying that you missed the show. Like I say, I wanted to talk to Katrina Fox from Comic Sketch Art as well. You wanted to see that interview. The moment we can get that rearranged, it's probably going to be in the new year now. We will get it sorted as soon as we possibly can. So there we go. Last but not least, just a couple more things I wanted to put out there. Number one, I wanted to basically put a little bit of a official request out there, a comment. Basically, if anyone is aware, as well as doing the Englishman in San Diego, I'm now trying to get the Convention Collective up and running, especially on our social media. We do have a couple of great guys that really do share as much as they possibly can. Harjinder on the Facebook really does a great job of sharing the things that they've seen in terms of guest announcements and upcoming convention news onto the Convention Collective. However, I'm now looking for some more people to jump in. We can discuss how I can recompense for all of your hard work and effort. But basically, it's a case of on Twitter or on Facebook, if you spot something that you feel is relevant to comic conventions, such as guest announcements, guest cancellations, new shows, yeah, if you can get in contact with us either by Facebook or by Twitter, DM, drop us a line. We will talk about some way of recompensing you for your efforts. I would like to recompense everyone that contributes to the sites. But yeah, if there's anything that you can let us know that you're after, just so that you can log in and share to the Facebook or Twitter and just kind of keep the updates going so people can get the latest news that they can find on the Convention Collective. Drop me a line on Facebook or Messenger, and also you can drop me a line on Twitter, DM, help contribute. We'd really appreciate it. I think that's actually, to be fair, that's about it. The only other thing that I am going to be trying to push a little bit more is something that I've been trying to get up and running for a while, which is an element on the website, on the homepage. We may be doing a Kickstarter. It's not something, it's going to be my last option. It's not something that I want to do, but if it's what is going to need to get the site where I want it to be, then I'm afraid that's what we're going to have to do. I just need suggestions from you about what you feel I could provide as stretch goals and as rewards for people on as part of the crowdfunding. Sorry. So, if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? If you offered this, then I might throw some money into a pot and help you get this thing up and running on the site. Again, drop me a line or drop me a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Basically, I just want to try and get this up and running, which is awkward, but that's pretty much what I want to try and get done. So please jump in on the chat and on the comments, and just let me know if there's anything in any way that I can kind of help provide and do what I do a little bit better. But I think it's going to have to be crowdfunded. It's just a case of a way of rewarding and coming up with some decent rewards that will allow and motivate you to contribute to that. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Future meet and greet. That's something that I've been thinking about. I mean, it's also something I've been thinking about in terms of an event for San Diego. Thank you very much indeed to Lister of Smeg for jumping on that. Yeah, it's a good comment. It's a good suggestion. But something I've also got in mind. I'm going to try, and this is something I've been having in the back of my head for a couple of years now. But this is something I want to try and get done. I want to try and get hold of a certain actor who, for myself, is very, very good as a DJ. Basically, this is Finn Jones, Welsh actor of note, and starred as Iron Fist. Now, while the series wasn't spectacularly well received, you couldn't knock his performance necessarily. I think it was more the show itself that kind of like let him down. But if you follow him on Instagram and you follow his social media, you know the guy can spin. He's a very, very good DJ. And I wouldn't mind organizing, because you always seem to, you get Hodor, Kirsten, doing his hard house in town in San Diego, or at least one of the nights of the San Diego. I wouldn't mind getting Finn behind a set of decks, doing his Italian house thing, because he's very, very, very good. It's vocal house, it's good stuff. So I won't mind kind of organizing something like that. So maybe that could be one of the rewards, like free entry into a party if we organize it. I don't know. I'm spinning some plates and thinking of any other unpin, by all means, and let us know what you're thinking. But by beginning of next year, I want to try and get this element up and running. Listen, if anyone knows anyone who programs websites, if anyone knows anyone that programs WordPress, get them to get in contact with me. If we could do it dirt cheap, or do it on the cheap, by all means, spread the word and get them to touch. But for now, I've got a quote which is in the couple of grand margin, which I don't have. Simple as. So there we go. Okay, that's our updates. Once again, this is just to kind of say thank you very much indeed for sticking with us. Sorry that the show didn't take place on Sunday. I'm currently looking at a piece of ceiling which is desperately now going to need some replastering and also some paper put up there. So there we go. A mystery comic or a graphic novel that you love. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting one. Oh, good grief. Yeah, the only downside to that is there's so many. Good grief. Or like just a mystery bundle of graphic novels. I don't know. I'll have to think of it. That's an interesting one. I'll have to think about that. So there we go. Yeah, it's a shame that Katrina couldn't come on. We're going to try and reschedule that, because I really wouldn't mind getting her onto the show. Or somebody from Comic Sketch Art, because I think they're an interesting company, talking about the kind of the business of Comic Cons. And they are turning into part of the infrastructure, especially if you want to see your favorite comic pro. So interesting company, interesting person to speak to. But some great guests lined up. Like I say, Damien Wessel from Vault Comics, Christine Valeda. We've got Jim Fry, the con guy. We've got Billy Tukey. We've got Red Dot Diva, who's going to be talking about Singapore Comic Con. So there we go. That's the guests lined up for the rest of this year. And of course, any suggestions you have for guests for next year, so I can start pestering them, by all means, let me know. And we'll see if we can get something up and running on the show in 2020. So there we go. Right, thank you very much indeed for sticking with us. I'm now going to go and try and cook something, aka not burn it. So that's pretty much my cooking skills. And I will see you on Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT with Damien Wassel and also Red Dot Diva. Going to be talking Singapore Comic Con. Till then, we will see you then, and thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Take care.